to simplify into factors, okay? So, we're saying, can we take something like 4a squared plus 8a? Okay, can we pull something out to make that a little bit more simple? And we can. Both of these have a 2 in common, and both of these have a 4 in common, so 4 would be our greatest common factor. They also have an 8. So I can pull out a 4a, and this will become a plus 2. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to try to do today, try to figure this out. If we get something that cannot be factored, so we can't find the greatest common factor, okay, that's called prime. Now, people that struggle with factoring will use prime as kind of like a cop-out, okay? I don't know how to solve this, so I'm just going to say that it's prime, just that way I don't have to do any more work, okay? A lot of times, Jaden will see this, and it will not be prime, okay? It's just one of these things that could happen every once in a while, but really it's not the most often thing, okay? All right, so we're going to try to show how to factor with greatest common factor. So, we're looking for something that all the terms share, okay? So either a number that all the terms share or a variable that all the terms share, okay? So if we're looking at number 1, okay, so number 1, you've got 3x plus 12, okay? These are your two terms, okay, 3x and 12. I'm trying to figure out what do they have in common, okay? We know that 1 is obviously going to go into every number because 1 is a product of every number, okay? But is there a number greater than 1 that both 3 and 12 share? So think about your factors of 3. Okay, what multiplies to be 3? 1 and 3. Okay, is there anything else that multiplies to be 3? Whole numbers. Somebody look at me like this. No, right? But 12, what are these numbers that multiply to be 12? 1 and 12. Okay, 2 and 6. Okay, 3 and 4. Okay, so what's the greatest one that both of these share is the 3. So I can pull out a 3, I can divide away a 3, okay, and say 3 divided by 3 is what? 1. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Can I divide this x by 3? No. No, right, so the x is going to go inside my parentheses. All right. Now 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I'm going to have plus 4 inside my parentheses. And we factored out a greatest common factor. Okay. You can always check your work by multiplying this back in to make sure that you did it the right way. Right. This is 3 times x, which is 3x. 3 times 4, which is 12. And that's what we started with, so we know we factored it all the way that we could. Okay. So we're trying to figure out, again, what do they share? Okay, what's the greatest number that goes into both 8 and 12? Or what's a number? Or we'll have to do it this way then. Does 2 go into 8?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, here's how y'all can check this. Okay, on the calculator, do 8 divided by 2. If you get a whole number, like 4, then you know it's a factor. So does 2 go into 8? Do 8 divided by 2? Yes. Does 2 go into 36?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, but we need to see if that's the greatest one. Okay, does 4 go into 8?
Yes.
Does 4 go into 36?
Yes.
Okay. Does 8 go into 8? No. 8 does go into 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, right? And then does 8 go into 36? No. Okay, so the largest one that goes into both 8 and 36 is what? 4. Okay, so we're going to pull out our 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, M. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So plus 9 N. Okay, these variables were different, so we couldn't pull them out. Okay, how I would suggest doing this, because a lot of people just look like they're lost already. All right, you need to take all of your numbers, okay? So here, what's my smaller of those two numbers? 8. So you need to take all the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and check and make sure to see which ones divide into 8. Okay, 1 goes into 8, 2 goes into 8, 3 doesn't. Okay, 4 goes into 8, 5 doesn't, 6 doesn't, 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't. So you know you can look between 1, which does you no good, because if you divide out 1, it's still the same thing. Okay, so you're really checking between 2, 4, and 8 on which ones can divide into 36. Okay, 2 goes into 36, so far that's still good. 4 goes into 36, which means that 2 is no longer the greatest. Okay, so right now our greatest is 4. Then we check 8. Does 8 go into 36? Y'all told me no, that's right. So 4 was the last one, the greatest one that was left. Okay, so that's why we divided that out. Okay, so let's look at some more examples. We'll go down this left side today. All right, so thinking about numbers that go into 6 and 27. So you'd be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and I'm no longer, probably don't even need to write 1 because it does us no good. Okay, so we're going to look at 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, does 2 go into 6?
Yes.
Yes. Does 2 go into 27?
No.
No. Okay, so it does not work for both. You can cross it out. Okay, does 3 go into 6?
Yes.
Yes. Does 3 go into 27?
Yes.
Yes. So we know that this is a possibility. We won't cross it out yet. All right, does 4 go into 6?
Yeah.
No. All right, 6 divided by 4 is not a whole number. Okay, so you can cross that out. Does 5 go into 6?
No.
No. Does 6 go into 6? Yes. Okay, 27. Does 6 go into 27?
No.
No. So what's our only one left?
3.
The 3. So we need to divide out a 3. We're going to divide out a 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, then you have a squared that comes with it. 27 divided by 3 is 9, so plus 9.
I need somebody to hold this for me. I gotta take this.
Okay. All right, any questions on 5? All right, number 6. Okay, so what's my smaller number out of those? Okay, the 3. So looking at numbers that could possibly go into 3, we don't have to write 1. So 2 and 3 are what we're looking at. Okay, does 2 go into 3? No. Okay, does 3 go into 3? Yes. All right, I still have headphones in here. Jalen's got headphones in and playing on his phone. Okay, that's not gonna work. So our largest number was 3. Can I also take out any variables? Do these two terms share a variable? D, right? Both of them share a D, so I can take out a D. All right, so we've got 21 divided by 3, which is 7. Okay. Okay, can you divide C and D? Are those the same letter? No, right? So that's going to drop down. Okay, and then D divided by D is what?
D squared.
Well, that's multiplied. Okay, think about it this way. Okay, what is 3 divided by 3? 1. So that's 1. What is 4 divided by 4? Somebody. 1. So what is D divided by D? 1. Okay, anything divided by itself is 1. Alright, so when you think about the multiplying, so we had something like x squared times x to the third. What did you do with those exponents? Huh? You add your exponents, right? This becomes x to the 5th. Okay, so if I'm dividing x to the 4th, or let's not do 4th, let's do to the 5th. Alright, right here. Alright, so x to the 5th. So say I say x to the 5th divided by x to the 3rd. So when I multiply, if I add my exponents, what do you think I would do when I divide? Subtract. So you would say 5 minus 3 is?
2.
2, so you got x squared. Alright? Does that make sense? Okay, so here you had d to the first divided by d to the first. 1 minus 1 is 0, so this just becomes 1. Okay? So that 1 goes away, then you've got minus 3, so negative 3 divided by negative 3 divided by positive 3. Just type it in the calculator. Negative 3 divided by positive 3. Negative 1. Okay, and then d divided by d is 1, negative 1, and positive 1 is still just negative 1. Alright. Let's look at 9. Okay, so 9. What's my smallest of the two numbers? Okay. Out of these two numbers, the small you have 15 and 30, right? So the smallest is 15. So we're looking at numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now when it comes to the variables that we'll take, let's do this other part first, okay? Does 2 go into 15? 15 divided by 2, does that give you a whole number? Yes or no? I see several people shaking their head no. Okay, just say it, say no. Alright, does 3 go into 15? Yes. Does 3 go into 30?
No, yes.
Yes, right, 30 divided by 3 is 10. So we'll leave that there. Okay, does 4 go into 15?
No.
No. Does 5 go into 15?
Yes.
Yes. Does it go into 30?
Yes.
Yes. 6, does it go into 15?
No.
No. Does it go into 30?
Yes.
Okay, but it didn't matter because it didn't go into 15, right? Alright, 7, does 7 go into 15? No. Does 8 go into 15?
No.
No. 9,
No.
10,
No.
11,
No.
12,
No.
13,
No.
14,
No.
and then 15?
Yes.
Does 15 go into 30?
Yes.
Yes. So which one is the largest? 3, 5, or 15? 15. So we're going to take out the 15. We're going to divide away a 15. Alright, but then we have to pay attention to our variables. What are the variables shared? Okay, what are the variables shared? Okay, both of them have an a and a b, right? Okay, but can I take out an a squared if this one's just a? No, you have to take the one with the smallest degree. So that out of the a's, the one with the smallest degree is just an a, right? The one with the b, b's all are degree 1, so you're just going to take out a 15ab. Alright? So 15 divided by 15 is 1. Okay, so you can put the 1 there. We'll eventually get something different, but that's 1. Okay, a squared divided by a. So a squared divided by a to the first gives us, we would subtract those exponents. 2 minus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. Right, so this is a to the first power, so that's a. Okay, a divided by b is 1. Okay. Alright, negative 30 divided by 15.
That's 2, right?
Negative 2. Okay, negative 2. Okay, a divided by a. 1. B divided by b. 1. And there's no sense in me putting that 1, right? Because what is 2 times 1 times 1? What's 2 times 1? 2. Times another 1 is 2, so it's still 2. So that's why I'm not writing those 1s. Alright, any questions there? Alright, what does 11, do we have any coefficients? Do we have any numbers in front of the variables? No. Okay, so, well, you have 1, I saw you said 1, but it doesn't do us any good to pull out 1, right? But yes, there's a coefficient of 1 in front. Alright, but what do these two terms share? An a. Okay, so that's all we're going to pull out. Okay, so a divided by a is 1, and then you can't divide b by a, so we're going to drop down to b. Okay, negative a divided by a is negative 1. Okay, so b minus 1 inside our parentheses. Alright, some people look confused. Okay, so I'm going to try to help by I'm going to post a video as well. I'll look for one on Khan Academy that you can watch as well. Maybe he'll make it a little bit more clear than what I am. Okay, but you have to be, when you're doing factoring, like we are here, you have to be good with your multiplication tables. Being able to figure out what these factors are pretty easy. Factors are just two numbers that multiply to be a number, okay? So you gotta be comfortable with that with this. All right, let's look at 13. We've got, what's my smallest number out of those two terms? 5, right? So I'm gonna look at 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, does 2 go into 5? No. Does 3 go into 5? 4? And then 5. But does 5 go into 13? No. So do I have any factors number-wise? No. Do they share a variable? The same variable? Do they both have the same variable? No. Okay, so if there's nothing I can factor out, what is that called? Prime. Okay, notice here, this was number 13. Okay, I know we only worked the left side, but even if we were doing the right side, it would still hold true. This is the first one that we've had that is prime. Okay, and we're on number 13. It's actually the only prime that's on the sheet at all. Okay, so you can see that it doesn't happen often, right? Most of the time when you're asked, it's not going to be prime. It's going to be very rarely. So don't use that prime as kind of a cop-out. I don't know how to solve it, so I'm just going to call it prime. Okay, make sure that you're checking all your factors. All right, when you look at something like 15, okay, 15 you have to make sure that it's shared between all three terms. All the ones we've done so far have been two terms. Okay, so what is the smallest number between 2, 2, and 4? Nobody knows what the smallest number between 2, 2, and 4 is. 2. All right, is 2 a factor of 2? Does 2 go into 2? Yes. Does 2 go into this 2? Yes. Does 2 go into 3? Yes. So we know we can pull out a 2. Okay. What is variable-wise? Do they all share an x? Okay. So I can pull out an x. Can I pull out an x squared? No, right? Because not all these have an x squared. Okay. Do they all share a y? Yes, I can pull out a y. Can I pull out a y squared? No, because not all of them have y squared. All right, so now we've got to do our division. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X squared divided by x is 1. X squared divided by x. Look, remember, when you divide these out, this x has an understood 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, so it still has an exponent of 1, which is just the same thing as x, right? So we're going to put the x here. Y divided by y is 1, okay? All right, negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. We'll just put the minus sign out in front for now. X divided by x is 1, okay? And then y squared divided by y is y. All right, so we've got 4 divided by 2, which is 2, so plus 2. X divided by x, 1. Y divided by y, 1. Okay, we're doing a little bit better now. All right, looking at 17. 17, you got the numbers 6, 14, and negative 10, or 10. Okay, so 6, 14, and 10. Which one of those is your smallest number? 6. Okay, so we're looking at the numbers 2. Sorry. Let me rewrite this. Look at the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Does 2 go into 6? Does it go into 14? Does it go into 10? Okay. Does 3 go into 6? Yes. Does it go into 14? No. So 3 does not. Does 4 go into 6? No. 5. Does 5 go into 6? 6 divided by 4 is not a whole lot. Okay. 5 does not go. Does 6 go into 6? Does it go into 14? No. So our largest one was this 2. So we'll pull out a 2. All right. Can I take out a y? Do all of them share a y? Yes. Can I pull out a y squared? Yes. Right? This is y to the fourth, this is y to the third, this is y squared, so this time you can pull out something other than just the base variable. Alright, because all of them have at least a y squared. Now, can I pull out a y to the third? No, right, because this one was only y squared, so that was our largest one that we could take out, okay? So, 6 divided by 2 is 3, okay, y to the fourth divided by y to the second, 4 minus 2. 2, so you got y squared. Okay, 14 divided by 2 is 7, okay? Y to the third divided by y squared, so 3 minus 2. For those exponents gives you, 3 minus 2 gives you 1, right? So you got just the y to the first power. All right, negative 10 divided by a positive 2. Negative 5, negative 5. Okay, y squared divided by y squared is 1. I heard somebody say it over here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yep. All right, I'm gonna stop there so that way you have more time because I know it's a Friday. I'm gonna try to give you a little bit more time, but don't forget, okay, you're gonna have 12 at the end of the day. Pretty obvious that we're struggling a little bit right here.